This is the I Am a Mainframer podcast, brought to you by the Linux Foundation's Open Mainframe project. Episodes explore the careers of mainframe professionals and offer insights into the industry and technology. Now, your host, Senior Analyst and Vice President of Sales and Business Development at Futurum Research, Steven Dickens.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the I'm a Mainframer podcast, brought to you by the Linux Foundation's Open Mainframe project. My name's Steven Dickens, I'm your host. I'm joined by Jabrell, Jason and Shariif. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
How's it going? How's it going?
So thank you so much for joining us. We're here at Share in New Orleans. They're packing up the show behind us. You might hear some random noises as they start to wrap up. But let's get the listeners and viewers orientated. Let's go understand a little bit about you and what you're doing, how you're getting into the technology. So maybe let's start with you.
So what we're doing here is basically trying to get a deeper understanding of the mainframes and what's going on in the world. They were telling us a lot about how it's shifting, what's going on, how it's advancing, and how it's just coming to where it's time for us to step in. They're saying a lot of it is being developed in a way that they just need us to hop on for them. And so that's what we're here for. We're trying to understand it and see what we can do.
Fantastic. And what's your experience been this week?
My experience it's been quite interesting. I love learning about the history of how much it's evolved over time. Before, it was the size of towers, but now you can get the size of a fridge, and it's amazing to see how short of a time it's changed over time.
And you, Jason?
I've had a great experience, honestly, if I may say. Just being here, seeing different companies, talking to different people, networking, and getting my name out there is just a great experience.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're representing here for your college. So where are you guys at college and where are you in that academic journey?
We are from Albany State University in Georgia. Albany State University in
Not
Georgia.
Albany in New York.
Not Albany, New York.
Let's get that right. And the Rams, right?
Yes, we are the Rams, the unsinkable. So we've come here. What? Can you repeat the question for me?
Yeah, so where are you guys at, kind of college-wise, seniors?
I am a senior currently.
Senior as well.
I'm a senior, graduating December.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your view looking ahead? Where do you starting to look at the job market, first jobs in tech? Are you thinking about the mainframe space?
Oh, definitely. Especially now that the further you get to, or the closer you get, I should say, to graduation, you start narrowing down your options. You start thinking about what you're going to do in your future when you graduate. And so definitely mainframe, the whole mainframe, I think of it as a universe, That is something I would definitely want to be a part of. I definitely want to be into. I want to be hip, if you will.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it. How about you?
Me, honestly, I'm a senior as well, graduating next fall. So at first I was interested in the front end development, but now after hearing about the mainframe and see how much is actually needed right now, I'm looking into doing more research on my mainframe.
Yeah, fantastic.
Same with me. I am a senior graduating next fall. As he said, I was looking at the front end and still am. I could dabble with both, but hearing about the mainframe has definitely influenced me to want to explore more into it, to get into that back end area.
So, as you said, big mainframe universe, lots of technology. What's been that one technology, is it MVS, is it the ZOS stuff, is it the kicks, the DB2? What's been that thing that you've most sort of gravitated towards?
I'll say the ZOS, the operating system.
Yeah.
That and COBOL. I know that, one is the operating system, is one is the software. And it's really unique to just see how those two things play such a big part in the mainframe. Without one part, you can't have the other. So, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, same. The ZOS is my cup of tea as well. To be honest with you, the COBOL part is new to me, so I am going to research that and see how well I can get comfortable with that.
There's some real pathways. Some of the vendors have done a really good job of making COBOL a lot easier to get into. How about you?
IBM did a good job with explaining the ZOS to us. With COBOL, as he said, it was my first time hearing also. Definitely want to get into more dabbling with that and learning about what it's about. But ZOS definitely is something I'm interested in.
I've had a lot of people on this show, people with 20, 30, 40-year careers on this platform. I think my advice to you guys would be dig in, get started,
Right.
get into that ZOS.
Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
going nowhere. We've got Matt. I was chatting to Matt Whitbourne, who's the guy who runs product management for ZOS. They just brought out a new version. They'll be bringing out another new version. Now, that platform's continuing to
Right.
evolve, so stay involved. So as we start to think about wrapping up, you guys are maybe just thinking about finishing your college careers. What advice would you be giving to other college kids who are thinking, hey, I've got to get into tech, I've got to start to pick where I'm going to go next, maybe they're looking to start college. What would your advice be?
Honestly, my advice would be to first explore, research, and then when you find something that you kind of gravitate towards that you're interested in, go for it. Don't wait. Don't be, I guess you could say, like kind of rocky. If it's something that you're interested in, go for it. One of my biggest things is, like I said, I'm graduating in December, and I just found out. I won't say I found out, but I took the interest to explore what a mainframe was with the help of my professor, Dr. Orr, and he's been preaching it, been talking about it, but it's just one of those things that was like I had so much things I was thinking about prior. So my advice would be definitely to go for it. You'll never know until you until you give it a try.
Great advice.
Yeah, so
That's
go for
great
it.
advice.
Yeah.
My advice, I would say, is, as you said, definitely explore your options, see what you're comfortable with. Because for me personally, I was interested in cybersecurity at first, in my freshman and sophomore year. But then I got to realize, it wasn't my cup of tea. But
Yeah.
I got into front-end development, I actually enjoy doing this. So aside from, exploring your options, actually testing what you like, I would say
Try things out.
Yeah,
Right,
See how
yeah,
you go.
right. Try it out. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't be afraid to fail.
that's good advice. And yourself?
I would just tell them to just stay strong and stay with what they're doing, because you may not start off the strongest, but you're going to end at the highest point.
Right.
Because coming into here, I was scared, I was afraid, and I was really nervous, thinking, oh, I may not make it, I may not do it. But hearing so many people's success stories and how they started off from nothing to be CEOs of companies, VPs, and just these big name titles.
There's such a path. There
Yes.
really is, especially in this community. It's such a path for you guys to grow.
I'll add that I didn't realize that there's a lot of people in this industry now that they kind of say they're here by they're here by accident. Like they had no intentions, no plans to be working in the mainframe, but now they're here working with mainframe stuff and they love it. So that just inspired me, because I'm like, where do I go? Like I was feeling out of place when I first got here, because I didn't know. I felt like I had to come here with some stuff, knowing COBOL, knowing how the mainframe works, knowing how to pitch it and sell it or whatever. As far as sales go. So I feel like I have somewhere to stand firm now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I ask all the guests on the show, and I'm really, really interested in your perspective, where do you see the mainframe 5 years from now? You guys are coming in, you're exploring the technology, maybe seeing some of the things for the first time. Where do you see the platform 5 years from now?
I'll say honestly, the platform is going to be bigger than it is now. I honestly agree that the more people find out that what I do every day is no longer taken for granted because it needs a mainframe. That Amazon purchase, swiping your card, going to Starbucks, buying a coffee. Like when they started to figure out, well, the mainframe is what's allowing me to walk out, without being in trouble.
Yeah, right.
So when they find it out, I think people will start to gravitate towards mainframes and understanding what a mainframe is. At least that's what I did when I found out.
Fantastic. And yourself?
I feel like 5 years from now, it's hard to even say where to be at, because technology evolves so fast.
Right.
And it's one of those things where you don't have to technically be an expert to make it evolve. It could be someone, a freshman in college, and he's playing around and figure out something maybe NASA couldn't figure out themselves. And then behold, it's a new opportunity, new development.
And yourself?
As they said, it's developing at a really good rate right now. It's going to expand. It's going to be one of the biggest things. And some people say that it was dying out at one point. I believe that we're just now beginning to see what it really can be.
Definitely.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Thanks for putting up with the background noises and
Thank
as
you
they're
for
tearing up. But really appreciate you being on the show, and great to hear your
We
perspectives.
appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You've been watching the I'm a Mainframer show. Please click and subscribe and do all those things to boost the algorithm, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for tuning in to I Am a Mainframer. Liked what you heard? Subscribe to get every episode, or watch us online at openmainframeproject.org. Until next time, this is the I Am a Mainframer podcast. Insights for today's mainframe professionals.